newcomers, and welcome back, fellow Aeternians. I am Emperor AP, and today we are doing another, well actually I think this will be our first. We had a live stream a little while back doing a Empire News live, and today we are doing an Our Nation reaction live. I actually believe this will be our second one though, as we did one with Nick Benson, so you should definitely check that out. As well, I just want to go ahead and give him a shout out. He was one of the main people, in fact the main person, to help try and get this channel off the ground and to help promote me and to help show me love for this channel, so I definitely appreciate that. Most of you, I'm sure, have come from his channel, but if you haven't, definitely make sure to give him a shout out and to check him out. So, continuing on with a few things, I just want to give an update real quick on sort of the situation that's been going on with me. As of right now, there is a thunderstorm going on where I'm at, so things are a little bit hectic here, but I'm trying to stay inside, stay dry. But I wanted to get out the third part of our micronational economics series out either yesterday or today. Unfortunately, I have not been able to do that because I am going on a trip for a few days. It's going to be about a 4-day trip, and getting everything prepared for that and trying to get on the road, get money together, do all this stuff has taken a toll on me, and therefore I haven't been able to put out that third installation on the series. But no, it is coming. No, we are ramping up for that. I appreciate all the love and the views on the ones we have done so far, and we will be continuing on with that very soon. So stay tuned for part 3 and the finale of the micronational economics series. Now, going on to today's topic video, I wanted to give you guys something before I head out, and I feel like it's a pretty important topic. We are discussing Yes California and Calexit. The thing that in early 2007 got a lot of people in a buzz, and then has sort of up and down sort of fluctuated in how much people have paid attention to it. And then recently, I believe The Daily Show actually did a piece covering it yesterday or today, and dropped that on YouTube. So that's been something pretty interesting that's sort of given a little bit of a spike in attention back to that. But I want to talk about it because I feel like as micronationalists, a lot of us have a different perspective on secessionist movements, especially in the United States, and anywhere in the world, like Calexit, like Texas secessionist movements, like different things around the world like that. Now, obviously, in other places in the world, there can be differences in special circumstances, but I think micronationalists understand that for the large majority of secessionist movements, it does not work because you're trying to take land from an existing country. Most micronations already understand and accept the idea that you can plant your flag in a nation, you can call your house your country, whatever it is that you choose to do, which is perfectly fine and which is acceptable under free speech and things like that, and is a really positive thing to try and grow yourself with, as micronationalists do. However, one thing I think the consensus has sort of become is that we all understand you generally cannot try and take that land. You can't control that land independently from a larger nation, because that's when that larger nation starts to take a look at you very carefully, and where you can land yourself in some pretty serious trouble. Dealing with that idea, I think the reason that that starts to spark interest in a macronation to a micronation is because when you're just a micronation by yourself, you're generally not disruptive, you're generally not causing problems for the way things are normally done in that macronation. However, the difference with secessionist movements, which causes a lot of controversy and causes a lot of problems, is that they're trying to carve out a piece of land from an existing country. They're not trying to go start something themselves, they're not trying to define terms or make an agreement. They're saying we're doing this regardless, no matter what. And that sort of becomes a big issue. The reason being, one, taxation. Any amount of land that people live on in a nation is generally taxed. The people there are taxed, they have certain rights, certain things that need to be upheld, and it's a huge moneymaker industrially and economically for a macronation. So when you say we're going to take something like a state like California, like Texas, from a large nation like the United States, which has a huge economy and which needs all of it that it can get in order to stay that large economy and to stay in the world's most wealthiest nations, it becomes really concerning to say we're going to take one of your highest producers away from you. The second difficult reason with that is because in such a large nation and in as diverse a nation as the United States is especially, it becomes a crazy idea to think that you can get 100% of people to agree on something like a secessionist movement. Even if you can get a large majority of these people, there will still be some people who disagree. And there are sort of moral and ethical dilemmas with that, because when you have a part of the population that says, no, we want to be a part of the United States, we want to stay whole, there becomes a lot of difficulty with that. Are those people just automatically annexed into the United States and have to leave all of their property that they own that's maybe in now a new country? Or does that mean that by virtue of those people who are landowners there, who are voting citizens there, saying no, does that mean that it gives you no right to secede because they should have every right to stay in the United States as you should to be able to secede? Or even greater potentially. A third difficulty with that is, really a continuation on that second point is, there are a lot of difficulties as far as things like the National Guard and military men and women who live in these states, who want to keep the Union preserved and want to make sure that they're able to live and work in the country that they originally started living and working in. So all of those things become really difficult. And the final piece of that is that it's generally one minority in a state or in a piece of land that decides they want to bring that forward. In Texas, it's generally, now I could be wrong on this, so please correct me if I am, but I believe it's generally more extreme conservatives in a place like Texas who are strong advocates of secession, although that is a generalization. There are many people on many sides. And in California, it's generally promoted by more extreme liberals. The reason that I say those things is because on the other end, you see from larger news stations and larger sources of media that are on the other side, whether it's more liberal news outlets and things like that in a place like Texas that were really sort of advocating against that, or in California, more Republican groups, more more conservative groups that are saying, no, this is silly, this is ridiculous. So there's, in general, regardless of where the political stance lies and who is for and who is against, it's generally a minority versus a majority saying, yes, we want to secede versus no, we want to stay whole. And all of those things give you a huge uphill battle to try and climb, even if you get support for your secessionist movement, and even if that ends up happening, there's still no legal doctrine that says that you're able to do that. And all of those things, I think, are sort of understood by micronationalists, and that's why we try to go different ways. We try and understand that in order to do something that's going to expand and become different and unique, you cannot step on other people's rights. You can't try and change something that's already been ingrained in people and that is a fact of life, more or less. You have to define something new. You have to show something to somebody that is completely fresh to them and something that they can invest in and something that they can believe in and that can grow, that they feel isn't carving out of what is already existing. So in understanding all of that and in pursuing these things, I would tell the people who are in charge of Calexit or in Texas secessionist movements and things like that to be careful and to understand that you are fighting an uphill battle which most people will not be in support of. And I think there's a difference, and I think most micronationalists would agree. There's a sincere difference between what micronationalists are trying to do and what secessionists are trying to do. And I think micronationalists don't like being called secessionists, because a secessionist is someone who is trying to take from a group that's already there, that's already claimed. Whereas a micronation is a group of people who are saying that they may not be happy in what they currently are in and are trying to create something entirely new. Now, a secessionist movement may be doing something similar, but they are trying to do it by taking from what is already there, trying to overwrite other people and saying, as long as we have a majority, we can take the whole. Whereas what micronationalists are saying is, all of those who are 100% for this, let's compile our resources and create the best thing that we can that is completely fresh, that is new, that is separate from what everyone else is doing, not trying to take from anyone else, not trying to draw a border or a boundary that excludes others, or that prevents people from living in the same exact place that they do, working in the same manner that they do, because you've put a boundary outside of them that says, hey, you're now in this nation. So I feel like that's a large difference, and I feel like micronationalists are generally more creative in that sense, and generally are more supported in their community, in their smaller groups. These secessionist movements can be big political stunts. They can be big front page news things, but micronationalists are sort of everyday workers. They're people who are going to slowly grind consistently to make sure that they get to whatever goals they want, whether it's to put a crown on their head and to create their own money and to create a YouTube series and to put a flag in their front yard, or whether it is to start 100 businesses and create living groups for people, and to collect taxes, and to build an island, and to get in as realistic a sense as possible. It all is on a spectrum, and it's all understood to be something that is trying to be new and is not trying to infringe on others, which I believe is the clear distinction. If you are trying to take a whole... Uh-oh. And the lights just went out, everybody. So... and back on. See, so this is the, these are the power outage, very bad connection. I'm trying to stay alive, trying to stay on it, so please bear with me if it cuts out. I'm sorry if the connection is bad. I know it's very bad. But that's what I think is the big difference, is people infringing versus people not, people trying to define borders around people who may not necessarily agree, versus people trying to collect a large number of people who do agree and do support them. Not even a large number, but potentially a large number who agree and support them, and who are all going to be a positive influence. I think that's the difference between secessionists and micronationalists, and why I personally believe in micronationalists and sort of the good of those ideas versus the potential to corrupt an idea like a secessionist movement, and especially the sort of unsteadiness on which it is founded, having already set yourself up for potential failure by stepping on the toes of others. So I wish the best to all those who pursue things politically and who are trying to put their best foot forward and are trying to do things sincerely to benefit society, but in any case that you are ever trying to do things that are stepping on the toes of others, or that make it harder for somebody to live in the way that they want to, I can honestly never support that. So with that, I hope everybody understands where I'm coming from with the big difference between secessionists and micronationalists. I hope you find the same views as I do, but if not, talk to me, let me know. Let me know what you think about the whole Calexit stuff and Texas secessionist movements, and how that plays out with... That was Hannon. Hey, what's up, Bernie? Sorry, I don't fully understand your comment. Clarify. And also, let me know what you think about Calexit and Texas secession and all that kind of stuff, because I think the lightning struck and knocked the power out, and I wasn't ready to stream. You got to see the craziness of Aeternian lightning and power outages, and that everybody has flaws in their electrical grid. I'm still trying to get you, Bernie. That's what's happening. I don't fully understand. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe I'm misquoting. Let me know. But come on, bro. I'm trying. I fully don't understand. I'm trying. Help me out with it, dude. You're gonna have to work with me. I don't. Bernie, I really appreciate you being here with me. I appreciate the like, and from all of you guys, I'm wondering about what your feelings are about this whole difference between micronationalists and secessionists, because I think there are pretty clear distinctions. I am a little bit worried about this lightning though, honestly, so I might jump off in a little bit, but just a few more things to continue updating on. I am really excited about the trip that I'm coming up on for 4 or so days. If I can, I'm going to try and film a little bit, maybe do another live stream while I'm there, but that will all sort of be on the fly stuff, kind of like this is. Either that or I'll just record some footage and sort of throw it into another video. As well, we are trying to get some stuff ramped up for Aeternian TV, Empire TV, trying to get that stuff rolled out. So you'll start hopefully seeing some of that stuff on the channel within the next month or so, but no promises, sorry. As well, trying to get our new economy started up, trying to get our new industry going. Like I said, I really want to tell you guys about it, but I'm trying to wait to hear back from our Parkistopian ally, General Secretary Brissett, as far as whether he's going to be able to meet soon or not, because if so, I really want to discuss it with him to make sure that we have a confirmed trade alliance on that before I unleash it out to you guys, make sure it's something successful and something that really works for us. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are as far as all this stuff. Let me know what you're up to for the coming weekend. Let me know what Aeternia is up to. And as well, let me know if you have any Aeternian records. We are still on that stuff. As of right now, I have this large rubber band ball, which is, I believe, a record. I don't know, if not a world record, an Aeternian record. Probably not a world record. I think there are some huge rubber band balls, but this is our baby Aeternian record rubber band ball. If you have a bigger one, let me know, beat me out. As well, I think that's getting to the max of our Aeternian record so far. I don't have a whole lot as far as that longest shot, and this, I'm not sure if it was, I'm not sure who it was, but somebody had commented a while back. Bernie, you'll have to let me know if it was you, but I don't think it was you. It might have been Scav. It might have been Scav. Somebody commented and said they were going fishing and that they were going to put the first Aeternian fishing record, which to us is a pretty big deal because I've done some fishing stuff before on the channel. So technically we could have a fishing record on record, but I'm not gonna put that up. So we do find fishing important, and there are some potential fishing records to come. So I'm excited for all that, and I'm excited to see what you guys are up to. Let me know down in the comments. Please like, please subscribe, please bear with me saying all this generic YouTuber stuff, but I will see you soon. And again, thanks so much, Bernie, for watching and being our first and only person to watch the live stream while it's going live. I'm feeling the love, and I hope you are having a good weekend and not dying out in a thunderstorm like I am sheltered in right now. I am in the secret Aeternian bunker that's really just a room. As you can see, it's the same exact room I'm always in, so it's the bunker slash the production room setup place, and also just where I live. So thank you guys so much for watching. We are coming up on the 20-minute mark, and so I think it is about time to end the stream for today. I just wanted to say thank you to you all. I'm sure Doc Brown says thank you, and I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but I have a cool, bring it here without messing up too much, cool little replica hoverboard. So Doc Brown says bye, hoverboard says bye, Buddha says bye, if I can get Buddha in shot, Buddha says bye, and I will see you guys next time. I will see you guys next time. This is what happens on a live stream. Bye, guys.